Chip, this is a really special piece right here. Would you give us a rundown on what we're looking at?
That's a 1984 Jeep CJ CJ7. And I took the Resto mod approach with this Jeep, and I've never seen one quite like this. I went with a theme that kind of painted out all of this stuff. Instead of using a lot of black, I painted the bumpers, even painted the back of the KC lights. And I wanted to keep this maroon and tan kind of color. And I even powder coated the wheels. Those are those old American racing wheels. And they were in such nasty shape, we had to get like a lathe. This guy has he milled 10 thousandths off of each one of those to make them shiny again.
Wow.
But you can't buy those wheels. They're not around.
They haven't sold them in 40 years, right?
Right. And so we did that. We powder coated the frame. You can see the frame's powder coated under there. We were just, everything on this thing's been changed, to the shocks, to the rear end, to the axles, or I think there 29 spline axles on here, stainless steel.
Wow.
And then when you come over to the interior, I redid all of the seats in the thing with Mastercraft Baja seats. And a lot of people haven't heard of Mastercraft, but if you're out in the West Coast and you do a lot of Baja or you put in Jeeps, they're fairly familiar with it. 4-point harnesses, even the back seats are Mastercraft, not just the front. And this Jeep mimics the color of my high school car. So that's what started this, and then it just kind of got away from me.
A little bit of nostalgia.
Yeah, and you see the shifters in there? The tall one, this one came out of a 70 Charger, because they didn't have consoles, and that's where the long one came from.
Yep.
And then the short pistol grip came out of a Cuda, because they had consoles. That's where the short one came out, and this works my four-wheel drive. And I had custom tops made for them so that they're all accurate with what they do. All the gauges in it wouldn't work because of the LS and the computer, so I got a special autometer carbon fiber gauge kit, and then I put a Momo wheel in it, and it's a steering wheel with tilt wheel, and so forth and so on. And just I filled in all of the holes where the top goes. You know, all the rivets.
Yep.
The only thing this thing has is that little bimini type top thing there, and that's all you get. And it's in the back. I carry a case that's got a cover that goes over the whole thing in case it rains.
Wow.
Then we added the lights on the windshield. It's Bluetooth. It'll answer your phone.
Wow.
You can play your iPod, whatever you want to do, iPhone, whatever. But the best part about this that you don't see in mini Jeeps, there's LED lights all over the place, new forms of lights, is this right here.
Goodness gracious.
This is what you don't see in mini Jeeps. That's a 2017 LS3 Corvette motor, and it came crate from GM. And then I've got the bell housing that fits and adapts up to the transmission, and so it works a transfer case and all of that. But,
Looks brand new and like it was born this way. It looks like a production. Looks like a production custom.
We've added, to the braking system, custom radiator. It's got a set of headers that are tuck tights.
Wow.
That run real close to the block so that I could get around the transfer case and do what I need to do down there. And everything's been clear coated, like all this bare metal, so there's no rusting. And it's way over. It doesn't need this. It's too light of a vehicle, but it's
a lot of power.
Cool. Yeah. Especially the 4-speed.
How many horsepower does this LS3 put down?
I think it's 420. It's just a stock Corvette motor, so it's 420 horsepower.
This is another vehicle you don't want a high school kid who hasn't any experience driving, right?
Cool. When you put this motor in here, it changes where your motor mounts are. So if you see down in the bottom down there above the chunk, the front end, see that custom maroon bar down there? Yeah, right there. That's all custom to strengthen the frame. It also has them underneath the So everything we do is not cosmetic. Look at that custom right there that goes in. We have frame stiffeners all the way through this thing on this powder coated frame, so that we come out better. We have a better frame than what we started with. So everything that you want to make pretty, you want to make it better too.
I guess when you double the horsepower, you got to straighten the frame and brakes and suspension, huh?
But it's a really fun Jeep. My dogs love it, and anyway, that's the Jeep, and I added the SS on it because of the motor and everything else we've done. So and this is Porsche font.
Is it really?
Yeah, Porsche has their own font.
Christy would probably pick up on that. She's a graphic artist.
Well, if you look at, I don't know, the keychains or wherever it says Porsche, it's going to be in this font. That's why it looks the way it does. So I just added Porsche font to it.
Guys, this is a totally different subject, but I got to show you what's going on over here. They're taking this world-class Honda CR250. This is one of the most special bikes in the collection here, and they're hanging it from the ceiling like the rest of them. So if you came to see the Jeep, scroll down because there's going to be videos on these bikes in here too. We got a K5 Blazer and a TRX and just an absolute this is like a dream come true in here. The bikes and cars, it's like you've made your dreams come true, Chip.
Well, I don't know about that. I think I'm just one of those motorheads. I don't know what's wrong with me. It's a signal.
Chip, how much time did it take to craft this from a regular Jeep into this world-class specimen?
I want to say it was a 2.5-year project. When I got this Jeep as a donor, we took the body off to be painted, and it was so rusted out, right where the body mounts mount to the frame, it blew a hole in it with the sandblaster.
Oh man!
So we had to get a whole new tub, and you just have to go through these things. These things, the Jeeps especially, have they've been abused most of their life.
It's an off-road vehicle, largely, you know.
Yeah. So, and you never know what people have done with them, or kids had them because they were cheap, and so forth and so on. But they just get abused.
The attention to detail, Chip, on I'm assuming these are stainless steel bolts here.
Oh yeah, they're all the hex heads, button head bolts, and trying to keep everything uniform.
The magic's in the details, isn't it, Chip?
Yeah, oh yeah. And even the mirrors have been painted the body color. There's no black on anything. I even think the detail that come back to the lights, and even they're painted. They're painted. Back bumpers painted. I got rock crawler bumpers on because I like the inside. And then I ran MagnaFlow exhaust out the back 2.5 inches, and they come out both sides. But and even the pan, the skid plate that goes underneath the tank, it's painted the color of the car.
Wow.
Kind of like a show Jeep, but
Yeah, I'd say.
I don't like to say that.
I'll say it for you.
Check out this tag. It says 1980s.
Wow. That's cool.
Anyway.
I think I'm stuck in the 80s, but that's why I love this Americana.
Yeah. So anyway, and roll bar pads, Pioneer speakers. I try to keep everything period correct, and every last detail's new one. Even the stickers on it, the emblems, the Jeep emblems. It's fun. I have so much fun in this car.
The dogs love it too, huh?
Yeah, and I put carpet in it, and I didn't just put a carpet kit laying down. I mean, it's all the way underneath the sides.
So that's all custom hand-crafted carpeting.
Well, I added to a carpet kit and had it sewed on in. I got a good guy that does that for me.
Very nice.
But,
You got the hitch on there so you can tow your boat behind it.
Well, I think I'll pull a boat out at Boca Grande a little bit, maybe once or twice, but is what I was thinking I was going to do with it. But I doubt I'll ever tow much with it.
This will tow any Jeep, any 6-cylinder Jeep that ever was invented.
The fender flares are painted. They're not black. See, they're painted the color of the car. And the side steps or the steps are painted the color of the car. I just kept everything, even the door handles. Just like a modern day car. It's just, you can do pretty much anything you want to these things, and there's 1,000 manufacturers for pieces. So you just hunt and peck and get what you need.
Chip, over the course of 2 years, including your design time and picking things out and speccing it, how many hours labor do you think goes into this has got to be
I
And
have no idea. I don't know if I want it.
I would say it's got to be well in excess of 1,000 hours.
I've got a lot of cars that I've done some things to, but I'm not so sure that I really want to know what I've got into this, because I doubt anybody would ever pay that much.
Well, if you couldn't have somebody build a truck like this for you, it would. I mean, if you did, if you could even find someone who can do this level of work, it would take them years and cost.
I've never seen one like this, and you know, I don't know. It's even got Willwood brakes. You can look at the front and see the Willwood. I mean, we just went everywhere, and every time we ran into an obstacle, we made a custom fit modification to get it done. So that's pretty much what it is.
It's next level, Chip. Really fantastic piece of work here, artwork.
But it's a fun little vehicle.
Thanks for sharing this with us. Hope you guys appreciate the craftsmanship here. It's absolutely amazing. Thanks for watching. And as always, God bless the United States of America.